Hi everyone, welcome to week 13. I hope you are doing well and getting excited about the upcoming Thanksgiving/fall break. This week we're moving on with module 10, and after this week we have module 11, and woo, we'll be done with the class. So this week's module 10, next week you get to go enjoy Thanksgiving and take a break hopefully from all of your stresses of school, and then we'll come back and do module 11, a capstone project that is over the last few modules. We do not have an overall exam in this class. We just cover the last few modules for our final exam, which is exam 3. And we'll have a final file management checkup, and then we'll be done. So this week you're talking about, or we're talking about how to create an online form. Now, you might be looking at this module and go, why would I need to create an online form in Word when I have Canva or Google Forms or all the different forms? Those are good options. Those are great options. This is just how we're going to teach you how to do a little bit more. So this module is going to talk about how to create an online form, which is not usually, with all the new apps and tools we have, you don't do online forms very often in Word, but you will create forms that are going to need content controls, and that's what this module is about. A lot of those content controls that we've done in other chapters, other modules, where we had a content control box that we were either typing in a name or we were adding a calendar date or different things like that. In this module, we're showing you how to put those content controls in a form, and that will help you if you ever wanted to create a survey that you wanted to print on paper. That would be the kind of form that you would want to use your skills from this chapter for. Not so much necessarily an online form unless you go into a company that doesn't want you to use external software, but this module will help you with, say you had a checklist, say onboarding. So onboarding would mean people coming into your company. Say you were the assistant for HR and you're in charge of keeping track of all the things people need to do when they get hired, and that's what we call onboarding. And so you would put together a printed checklist that you could give to the manager, or you could send them a Word document that they could check the box and click a bunch of drop downs to complete that form. That's, to me, a more applicable type of use of the features in this module versus putting it out there online somewhere. The things I've learned in this module myself years ago, I have used for paper forms, or I create a form in a Word document and email it to a coworker and they complete it that way. And so just keep that in mind when you're working through this module. And so, like I mentioned, you're going to be doing a lot of different things. You're going to be playing with the ribbon, learning how to expand it and close it, how to change some colors to your themes, how to apply a pattern, how to add graphic styles and show grid lines, and you name it. This is a hodgepodge of different things about Word that we didn't cover in the rest of modules. And then the next section is all about content controls. So content controls are those placeholders where you type specific text or you insert a date, or you can have a drop down or a checkbox or different things like that. And you're going to learn a lot more in-depth features of content controls. And then it's going to touch a little bit on how to protect a document. How do you keep it in a editable form that people can't change? And then the last part is templates. And so if you have a document that you create regularly, you can turn it into a Microsoft template. And so this module is about all different kinds of things. So also with that, I just want to let you know, if you have any issues with Cengage, particularly the grader, please reach out to me. There's always something that comes up. A lot of students can get through this class and never have issues. Sometimes students will come through and it'll glitch. It glitched on me the other day in class. I did a project with the class, submitted it. It came back and said I got a 0% because it didn't read it. Waited a couple minutes, submitted it again, didn't do anything different, just resubmitted the file, and then it graded it and everything was fine. So you're going to find sometimes it can be glitchy. Sometimes, like me, you can interpret the instructions wrong. You can make errors, and sometimes you can do it the right way and the Cengage grader will give you feedback that you didn't. And in that case, we have, or I have, the grade override feature, which is wonderful because you email me, say, I missed this. Can you tell me why? I take a look at it. And if I can explain it to you, you can go back and correct it. And if not, I can do a grade override because sometimes Cengage grader is just glitchy. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me and ask me questions. I am very nice. I am not condescending. I will never roll my eyes and think, oh my gosh, another email. I am here to help you and I want you to be successful, and I don't want to glitch in the Cengage grader to be the reason you don't like this class. So that's all I have for you this week. So I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving/fall break, and I'll see you next time. Take care.